Welcome to the Go Potty podcast. I'm Rebecca Mottram, a children's nurse with a special interest in potty training. This podcast presents a new way of potty training, one that is backed by science and child development. So get ready to be surprised at what you'll learn, and get ready for some fun too, because children learn best through play. Each episode will explore a key aspect of potty training, with practical tips and expert advice all proven to work. So whether you're just starting out or you've already started, I'm really glad you're here. Welcome to another episode of the Go Potty podcast. I'm your host, Rebecca Mottram, and today we're going to dive into how to stop using nappies using my little steps method, which is a more gradual approach for saying goodbye to nappies. Some children need more steps in the process than just stopping nappies all at once. This could be if your child seems anxious around using the potty or only wants to wee or poo when wearing a nappy, or if they've had constipation, or perhaps they just need a little bit more time to learn things. If all these things sound familiar, don't worry, you're definitely not alone. In my experience, at least half of all children need the process breaking down into smaller steps to help them reach their goal. Think of this a bit like climbing a ladder, with each rung representing a step towards the goal of being independent from nappies. Take your time on each step until your child feels comfortable and confident before moving on to the next step. Okay, so you might remember before how we talked about the core skills of potty training, being able to listen to what your body is telling you and to be able to understand the signals it's giving you, and to be able to respond at the right time, and also to be able to know that that needs to happen in the designated space, such as the potty, the toilet, and the bathroom. So when you want to stop using nappies more gradually, it's really important to help your child continue to build on these skills. But we also know that if we just take the nappies away completely, your child will be forced to use the potty or the toilet, or possibly withhold or have an accident. And that can put them in a really difficult position, especially if they're feeling anxious or they're coming to this with a history of having had problems in the past, such as constipation. So for these children, what's really helpful is to give them a kind of halfway house. So this might be, for example, that they are allowed to use a nappy in the bathroom, but they're not wearing it all the time. So letting them have their nappy in the bathroom, as well as offering them the option of using the potty or the toilet, gives them the option that feels safe and comfortable and familiar to them. But because they won't be wearing nappies all the time, you're also encouraging them to build on those skills of listening to their body, understanding what it's telling them, and going to the toilet at the right time. So no longer would your child be in a position where they're forced to do something that would make them uncomfortable and potentially lead to stress and accidents. So here's how you do it. You put the nappies in the bathroom and you tell your child that from now on, they're not going to be wearing nappies all the time because they're doing so well with this potty training thing, and you know that they're ready to take the next step. But you tell them that when they come to the bathroom, if they would like to use the potty or the toilet, that's fine. But if they would prefer to put their nappy on and use it in the bathroom, then that's also okay. So what we're doing with this step is we're really helping your child to understand that the nappy is a toilet, and we're treating it as a toilet, but we're not going to wear it all the time. Okay. So when your child does need to do a wee or poo, they come to the bathroom, they put their nappy on, they do their wee or poo in the nappy, then they take it off, they go out of the bathroom, and they're not wearing their nappies. So for all intents and purposes, your child has then done and mastered the most important skills of potty training. The fact that they are using a nappy in the bathroom as their option for the toilet is fine. And what we can then do is give them a gentle pathway for them to help relinquish the need to wear that nappy on their body. So this can happen in various ways, but one of the most popular methods is to help them to put their nappy on, but maybe have one side of their nappy open or the other side of their nappy open. So they're getting used to not having it quite so tightly on their body. You can also help them to use their nappy while sitting on the potty or toilet. And then perhaps as they get used to not wearing it so much, they would be willing to have the nappy laid into the potty and they sit on top of it. or pinned under the toilet seat reducer so that they're not wearing it but the nappy is still there. Gradually, as you move forward and the anxiety and any problems that you have start to fade, you can encourage them to replace that nappy with some toilet paper. And these steps, these little things on the ladder where you're going up one at a time, at any point in this process, if your child starts to feel anxious or if they start to have the problems that they were showing before or they need a little bit of time, that's okay. Just slow it down and let them go at their own pace. Remember that once they're not wearing their nappy all the time, they are mastering those core important skills. So giving them this option to go with little steps is going to enable them to make this transition at their own pace. And don't worry if you feel a bit overwhelmed by all the information I just gave you. All these steps are carefully detailed in the companion guide and the link is provided in the episode notes. And that's all for this episode of the Go Potty podcast. I hope you found it helpful. Remember, you can do this. You know your child better than anyone, so trust in your instincts. Be patient with yourself and your little one, and most importantly, keep it fun and playful. And don't forget to get your copy of our podcast companion guide, so you have all the strategies, games and activities when you need them. It's available via the link in the episode notes or on my website, littlebunnybear.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, happy potty training.